Cry, Eagles, cry, on the road to misery. Sigh, Eagles, sigh, blow the big games 1, 2, 3. Kirk Cousins with an all-time comeback, 22-21. The Atlanta Falcons looked deader than dead, and somehow they eke out a 1-point win. Let's break down this win for the Falcons, who improved to 1-1 on the season, which seemed so important before Week 3 in Atlanta against Kansas City on Sunday Night Football. But Kirk Cousins, the story of the game for sure, $180 million contract, and he marches this offense down the field, links up with Drake London for the go-ahead touchdown with less than 30 seconds remaining, only for Jessie Bates to seal the win with an interception on Jalen Hurts to get Atlanta in victory formation. So much excitement, and it's probably obvious because my voice is gone from our watch party, but this sequence at the end is not just by one person. So many different players contributed to it. I mean, let's go in order, right? Starting off with maybe the biggest MVP for the Falcons, Saquon Barkley. He catches that football. Philadelphia is in victory formation. Instead, they keep the door open, and that's all Captain Kirk needed. After that, you've got a huge offensive start with Kirk Cousins and Darnell Mooney, who, by the way, was dormant in Week 1 against Pittsburgh. He comes through with a big touchdown in the second half or the first half, whatever it was. And then some big grabs on that drive to move the Falcons down the field. So that's hero number 1. Hero number 2 is Kirk Cousins finding Drake London, which leads us to hero number 3, Drake London. Unfortunately for him, 3 touchdowns in his first 2 years. No good quarterback play, but immediately him and Kirk Cousins link up in Week 2. 6 grabs, 51 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then hero number 4, I'm losing track. Don't lose sight of Younghoe Koo. Drake London with a bit of a big no-no. You can't have a gun celebration. 15-yard penalty makes it a 48-yard extra point. Not an issue for a guy who struggled in the preseason, but he gets Atlanta on top, 22-21. Then hero number 6, Caden Ellis. He applies the pressure on Jalen Hurts to force a bad pass. And your 7th and final hero, Jessie Bates. 6 INTs last year. He gets INT number 1 for 2024. Puts this game away with a pick on Hurts. And your Falcons are 22-21 win and are 1-1. Just take a moment to kind of let this win sink in. I think this is the best Falcons game we have seen since 2017-2018. It's been a long time. For starters, it's been a long time since they were even in the national spotlight. First time on Monday Night Football in a handful of years. They go to one of the toughest environments to play on the road. Philadelphia. Philly scumbags everywhere. And your Falcons, led by Kirk Cousins, put together the most dramatic turnaround I've seen from an offense. An offense that didn't look like it had an identity or a game plan in Week 1. And it's a complete 180 by Zach Robinson. No play action in Week 1. Nothing under center. Everything out of pistol. Everything predictable for TJ Watt and the Steelers. Week 2, we open up the game. 3 straight plays under center. Second play is play action. Everything you wanted to see corrected from Week 1 was corrected. Game ball, a lot of them going around. One of them has to go to the coaching staff. They made all of the corrections they had to make. So much turnaround happened, and that says a lot about this locker room. They could have just folded. Hurts on the road, down by 6, no timeouts. People would have been proud of the effort they showed. No, not satisfied. Not enough for this unit. Incredible win for the Falcons. People are going to wake up thinking, I thought the Eagles won that game. So much more to get to on today's postgame show, so stick around. Quick shout out, though, to our sponsor today, Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, with over 5 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Prize Picks invented the flex play, by the way, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Let's talk about Atlanta's offense, and I want to zero in on Bijan Robinson next because I think not for the first time, but it kind of felt like for the first time, we really saw the rusher he can be. The guy that can just take over a game and just rip off long runs one after another. 14 carries, 97 yards. I'm bummed he couldn't get to 100 because that's the elusive milestone to evaluate running backs week to week. But every single time he touched the football, it felt like 7 yards minimum in the bag. And Bijan, by the way, as a receiver, getting over 24, 25 yards. So another straight game for him with over 100 all-purpose yards. 4 grabs, 25 yards. Robinson was the muscle of this offense for much of the game. Unfortunately, couldn't convert on that 1 4th down play. Just a nice play by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. But still, this offense picks him up. Kirk Cousins. I mean, we were talking about Michael Penix. We thought Kirk Cousins couldn't move. I'm not sure what happened week 1, but I'm willing to forget and forgive and move on if we get more of what we saw out of Atlanta's offense today. Darnell Mooney, quiet for a long time. 3 grabs, 88 yards, and a touchdown. Drake London, those surefire hands. I mean, on that first play of the last drive, who's the guy that gets in the first down to just get the momentum and the ball rolling? Drake London. Who's the guy that breaks down Darius Slay in the end zone? Drake London. Everything was clicking for the Falcons, just not consecutively. But most importantly, they played a tough Eagles opponent. To go to Philly, I mean, holding Philly to 21 points feels like a little bit of a win by itself. But to, at times, manhandle the Eagles' defensive line. You want another game ball given out? That offensive line bounced back in a great way from week 1. From a unit of 5 that was pushed around by the Steelers to a unit of 5 that pushed around the Eagles. Saquon Barkley had a good game up until he didn't when he dropped it. The public was all over Philly. 88% of the money on the Eagles. Everyone was in on Philly. And the Falcons on Monday night with Kirk Cousins, who everyone chalked up as a loss, proved the haters wrong. Such a thrilling and exhilarating win. Rise up, enjoy Victory Tuesday, and let's get ready for Kansas City.